Hi, everyone. Welcome you all to this special session where we'll have conversation with Dr. Sunny Joseph, or Dr. Joseph Sunny, and I always confuse between the two. But it's a delight to have you here with us, Dr. Sunny. And for those who do not know him, Dr. Sunny is the secretary of the All India Occupational Therapists Association. And well, this interview is not by chance, Dr. Sunny. It's like, we have known you, we have interacted with you for quite long. But one of the reasons for this interview is that you always fascinate me with your personality. You are a leader out there. You represent AIOTA, and but at the same time, I see the other side of you, who may be a bit shy, a bit reserved, but at the same time out there advocating for the profession. And that is what I was interested in, and I wanted to know more about you. So, and for those who do not know me, my name is Harshvardhan. I'm chair of the international chapter of All India Occupational Therapists Association. I'm based in Wellington, New Zealand. And tonight, because in my part of the world, we have got it's 10 past 10 p.m. In the evening, but we all are sitting in the different parts of the world. And what I will do is that I'll go around the table, or rather around the screen, and introduce people. And so we have got Nidhi Tanwar joining us from Australia, Melbourne, and Dr. Nidhi is the secretary of International Chapter of AIOTA. Welcome, Dr. Nidhi, to this
Thank you.
session. And then we have got Dr. Jayashree from Qatar, and she is associate chair of the International Chapter of AIOTA. Welcome, Dr. Jayashree.
Glad to be here.
And then we have got Dr. Ganga from Nepal, and Dr. Ganga is well, she is secretary of the Nepal Association of Occupational Therapists. At the same time, she is a project manager, project lead for the advocacy committee of international chapter of AIOTA. Welcome, Ganga. Glad to have you here on board. And so, yeah, before we go ahead with having this conversation with you, Dr. Joseph, once again, welcome here on board with us, and yeah, it is a pleasure and a delight to have you with us tonight. I have got a few guiding questions written, but I'm a bit notorious. I do not follow the script. so it may appear to be a bit of a we'll try to build the flight as we fly. So I mean, to begin with, it's a quite a it can be an easy and a hard question, but I'll throw an open question to you, Dr. Sunny, that tell me about yourself.
Hi, hi, good evening to all. First of all, um, thank you for making this opportunity. I think we had last week we had an online meeting, online webinar regarding people who are looking for a job abroad. You have given a good support to our Indian OTs. I really congratulate the international chapter of IOTA, Dr. Ashwardhan and team, Dr. Nidhi, Dr. Ganga, and Jayashree. You guys are doing a wonderful job. I know that you people are very busy in your practice and your family life, but apart from that, you are actually contributing to your profession. That is really I really appreciate it. And we have many people from the association. They called me and they said it was really nice, and I think you should continue the work. And I also told and I also spoken to the president of IOTA. I given a feedback about the meeting, so I think you should continue the same program, and All India Occupation Therapy Association support will be there for this program. Okay, so you asked about myself. See, I mean, I'm actually from down south, from like Kerala. I mean, joined to this profession is something very, I mean, something very different. Actually, when I was doing my plus two, when I was doing my college, I was into student politics. Okay, so so I was in the student union. So a lot of activities there in the college. My father was also a politician. So um, when I went to this politics, my father realized that if I continue this politics in the college, definitely I'm going to end up into a politician. So he said, stop all the union activities in the college, go for some professional course. So I was looking for professional course. So one of my uncle, my mom's brother, he's in US in New Jersey. He's a scientist. So he suggested that there is a course called occupational therapy, which has got more scope in US. And I don't know whether people from Kerala, especially from my community, most of them are in abroad, especially in US. My relatives, my cousins. So they all said this occupational therapy course is having a good job opportunity in US. So they all pressurized me to go to this course. Then finally, I joined in SRM University in Chennai in 1997. So the demand of occupational therapy course was, and I think when we studied it, we had around 50 students in our class, and very few male. I mean, many few few male candidates and majority is female students. Initially, I didn't know what is occupational therapy. To be very honest, I think Jashi was my junior, so I was not a very studious student. Okay, I was always a backbencher, and I used to enjoy my college life because in Kerala, I told you already, I was into student politics, lot of activities. I conduct a lot of programs in college. So when I came to the private deemed university, there are a lot of restrictions. We can't do like how I was doing in Kerala, and it was a total different culture from Kerala to Tamil Nadu, because Tamil Nadu culture is generally different from Kerala. There in the most important thing is I like the respect. The Tamilians, they give a lot of respect when you talk. In Kerala, people don't give. They talk very casually, but in Tamil Nadu, the respect is very. It is not like Kerala. So I like the culture. I had a lot of friends in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai. So I think I had some break in some semesters also. Some subjects were difficult to study because I was not interested to study occupational therapy at all, because since my family pressure, I joined this course. Then finally, after completing my course, then my father asked me what is next. I told I wanted to be in Chennai for some more time, because by the time my friendship, my I got a lot of friends in Chennai, not only from OT and other areas. Then I started working I started searching for job in Chennai, because um, after doing my course, my father wants me to go to abroad. So I need to prepare for the exam. There are a lot of formalities which I don't want. Then I started doing some part-time job. I was working in Airtel call center. You know Airtel, right? Airtel call center. So I was working part-time in Airtel call center. Then I was looking for job opportunities. The job opportunities was very less during the year of, I think, 2001. Then I got a consultant job in one hospital. There I was doing like a marketing executive. I go to the hospital, I market myself about occupation therapy. Doctors themselves doesn't know what is occupation therapy. The salary was very less. There are few opening in special schools. There are few opening in hospitals. Then finally, one hospital honor, they told that he told me that you can become a consultant. We will pay you the percentage you can work. Then I spoke to the neurologists, pediatricians. Then slowly they start sending patients. Then I also worked in other hospital. Their demand was I am supposed to pay rent amount to the hospital room. Then I paid the rent. Then one of my colleague was there, my classmate. Her name is Dr. Geeta. So we both, and she completed the course before me, and she started working in another hospital. And she told that, why don't we start up a center? Then we approached the hospital. We started a small clinic in the hospital itself. Then from there we developed, and then I realized that a lot of parents, especially I was working into development disabilities, so children with autism, learning disability, cerebral palsy, and all. Then I realized that these parents, they were actually getting, they were supposed to go to different places for getting this therapy, for getting occupation therapy to one place, speech therapy one place, special education, physical therapy, or so we got a place with all professionals under one roof. We developed a multidisciplinary model. We hired therapists. So in 2004, we started my own center, the center name called Pebbles. Okay, then I was into a lot of activities, professional development activities for occupation therapy. I was not a part of association initially. Then in 2005 onwards, we represent to the government for different issues related to occupation therapy, a lot of awareness programs, a lot of campaigns, invited ministers, policy decision makers, and we educated them about occupation therapy. Then actually, there was no occupation therapy post in government in Tamil Nadu during that time. There were a lot of colleges. Then slowly the occupation therapy students, admission has come down suddenly in 2004, 2005. When we studied, it was 50 seats in all the colleges. I think in 2004 or 5, I think the number of student intake has come down because there was less job opportunity, especially in South India. So then, then I joined for masters. Then I thought after doing my bachelor degree, I thought I should study more. Then I was also getting pressure from my family. I told you earlier. So since I developed a private practice, I was able to manage myself. I was not dependent on my family and my father. I was doing some part-time business also there. Then, then actually I joined for masters. After joining masters, SRM college, the admission came down to 4 or 5 candidates were joining for bachelor degree. Then I was into alumni. So of course, as part of an alumni activity, the college management sent me to Kerala because a lot of people from Kerala they wanted to go abroad. So I went to nearly 140 schools in Kerala. We did a presentation for +2 students about occupation therapy. The next year, the seat has increased to 25 to 30. Then slowly the awareness has increased. Then the job opportunity also slowly increased. A lot of people started to practice doing their private practice. So I was the first person to start a private multidisciplinary center in Chennai. Then slowly a lot of people started the private centers. We also encouraged, and then slowly the private hospital also opened occupation therapy job. Then slowly the awareness has increased. Then again when I was representing to the government for multiple time, we got introduced to some of the. I was actually very good in lobbying, lobbying to people. So I started lobbying to the government agencies and other people. Slowly, after doing the lobbying, they realized that okay, when you represent to the especially the politicians, I know because my family is into politics, so I know a little bit of how to deal with these people. So I always say that like the stakeholders, the government is always looking into the service delivery. They want to know how much people are going to get benefit of your service. So I know that is their weak point. Okay. So I know I told that we have only this much number of people in this state because I was into Tamil Nadu, I was into Chennai. So whenever I was talking to them, I said, this is the number of population, this is the number of, this is the statistics of disability. So this much manpower only we are getting. Many people are going into private practice. Many parents are paying a huge amount because I was into private practice. I know they are spending a lot of money. So multiple time when we approach, they realize that they need to deliver the service in the government sector. Then slowly they started appointing people. I think around I think around 20 people are working in government service now. And many people, even Tamil Nadu branch association also, many people also be part of, they will also be part of this. But initially I could do a lot of negotiation with these people. And when I was doing private practice, I got introduced to many politicians and many policy decision makers. So through them, we could do a lot of, and I used as doctors also, like psychiatrists, pediatricians, because when people talk about our profession, when other profession talk about our profession, then it makes a lot of difference. So that opportunity also I used. We conduct a lot of conferences, seminars. There actually this news media. Then I went to a lot of news channel interviews because I was very fluent in talking Tamil. So Raj TV, other many news channels, they conducted interview. About occupational therapy. They conducted regular interview program. They did live programs. So I could do a lot of awareness program there in Tamil Nadu. Then in 2012, I went to first I went to attend the in our association national conference in Goa. That was the first conference. Actually, in 1997, I attended one conference, but I was not there full time because that was the first year when I joined in the bachelor degree program. The first full conference I attended in 2012 in Goa. Normally, we know as a student when we go attend the program, we never we never sit in the conference or we will go for sightseeing.
I
So
was. I'll just interrupt there, Dr.
yeah,
Joseph. When you said that that was the first conference you attended, but not full time,
yeah,
that reflects of my experience. I still do not attend conferences full time.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm saying it publicly, but that is how I am. So it is great to hear that from you. Sorry to interrupt you. Please go ahead.
So in Goa conference, I attended the general body meeting. That was the first time I was attending the general body meeting. So there they invited for the next conference. I mean the 2013 conference, which is supposed to be the Golden Jubilee conference. So I think during that time I was actually planning to start up I was planning to shift to my native place because I got married. I got married. So I thought of I should do something in my place also in my hometown because there was less awareness in Kerala. So there the
So
general body.
sorry to interrupt, Dr. Sunny. So you got married in Kerala, right?
Yeah, I got married in Kerala only, but I was settled
So
in Chennai. I was settled in Chennai.
marriage brought you back to Kerala, right?
Marriage actually after 5 years after marriage, I think in 2013 2008 I got married. I
Yeah.
moved. I started a center in 2013 in Kerala.
Okay.
So in the Jal body meeting, they invited people to bid for the conference. There was a bidding from Delhi branch. So one of my colleague was there. His name is Finoj. Jesse will be knowing him. So Finoj is in Qatar. So we two actually made the proposal and we did a presentation over there and we told that we were very young people. Delhi branch, they are very senior people. They were working in government, central government. So that was the first time I was attending general body meeting. I didn't have any clue how to propose the conference. Somehow we managed. We proposed. We said there is a lot of tourism opportunity. There are a lot of sightseeing because we know the students and delegates. They are all coming not only to attend the conference. They want to go abroad and they want to go to the. So they want to go for sightseeing. So as you know that Kerala is we called as God's own country. So I told about the different places in Kerala, and I told that we don't have a college in Kerala. So they said like, what is the agenda of conducting the conference in Kerala? I told that if we are going to conduct the conference, the definitely the awareness about occupational therapy. We don't have a OT college in Kerala, so we wanted to we proposed the program and they accepted. Of course, there was a lot of argument there. They put for voting. Finally, they said okay, they approved to Kerala. That time I was actually in Chennai. I was not in Kerala.
Mhm.
So it was a big challenge because being in Chennai and organizing the program in Kerala is very difficult. And then I discussed with my cousins, my father, and other my mentors and all. They told, okay, if you're organizing it, definitely you should organize in the capital of Kerala because we should invite the definitely the chief minister, health minister, and all the other policy decision makers. Again, no, I am actually my hometown is near Cochin. So supposing, I mean, if I organize the program, if I was organizing in Cochin, it was actually easy for me. But I took the pain of organizing the program, organizing the Golden Jubilee conference in Trivandrum because I wanted to make some awareness about occupational therapy in Kerala. When the dates are finalized, then we invited the. I was actually traveling from Chennai to Cochin for almost 6 to 8 months. Every week I was traveling for the arrangements. Kerala, there are a lot of occupational therapists from Kerala, but none of them are practicing Kerala because they're all going abroad. So we have only less people. Only Finoj was there with me. Then myself and Finoj was a key person for organizing the program. I was traveling from Chennai to Trivandrum almost 6 to 8 months. Sometime when I get up, when I reached Trivandrum in the railway station, I was totally getting sometime disoriented whether it is Chennai or Trivandrum because every week I was traveling. Okay. Then we invited the CM. Then we invited the health minister, social justice minister, all the policy decision makers. They all came for the program. They all told that they were not aware about this profession. They apologized publicly in the meeting, and immediately after the, I mean, in the meeting itself, the CM and the finance minister and the social justice minister promised that they will give the finance for starting the OT course, and they also told that they will absorb the maximum occupation therapists in Kerala because that Kerala is supposed to be the uh, number one in health and education in India. They say that. So, but we told that though Kerala is number one in educational, but OT is not. So they, so they called for a meeting soon after the conference. Within a week's time, they called for a meeting. Social Justice Minister Dr. Munir was there. He was actually a medical doctor.
Mhm.
He said that we will sanction the fund for opening the course, and they have opened 2 OT colleges in Kerala. Now, I think the third year, their students are studying third year. Physiotherapy doesn't have a government college in Kerala, but OT has got a
Okay.
government course.
Yeah.
And
So sorry,
yeah,
Dr. Joseph.
are
I'd
you
like
able to
to.
follow what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to, I think the journey you have shared so far, I just wanted to summarize it for our viewers, and it's fascinating. I can sit all night and listen to your story, right? And it's I mean, a few things which I noticed is that, like you had a background in politics, you went to Chennai, you got attached to the place, and it's not easy. Like if you have, there are only not many people would. Uh, Try to spread their roots in a place where is unknown to them. You stayed in Chennai because you liked the place, you liked the people, and rather that it would have been convenient for you to go back to Kerala and start practicing as an OT. But you chose a path which was difficult for you, and then it would have been convenient for you to just do another OT job, like most of us do. But you chose to be an entrepreneur. you it fascinates me how you thought at that time, this is 2022, we are talking about transdisciplinarity and how we should have everything under a roof and all that. But the time you're talking about, Dr. Joseph, it was like not many. I mean, it was hard to imagine even because uh, all the professions were working in silos. They never came under the same roof, and they're competing against each other. They still do compete, even in big cities, I know. But at that time, you decided to have one service, and which is fit for purpose, which serves everyone. So it tells a lot about the visionary in you. You looked, you were looking ahead of the time, and it's something. It is intriguing. It intrigues me. The other thing you talked about is that going to the US. And Kerala is, I mean, I think this is a state where, it's popular for two good reasons. One is God's own country, as you rightly said. It is, when you sell it, you talk about the tourist place and all. The other good reason is that uh, the professionals passing out from there, they tend to go abroad, and as you rightly said, the US is a preferred destination. But again, you chose to stay there. You chose to go through that difficult path. And and what I liked, whatever you have said so far, one of the things I have liked is the the honesty in you when you talked about the conference, the first full-time conference I was attending was in that year, right? It's something which is it is. I think this is what our viewers who are watching us. Uh, they will watch the recorded version of this conversation, of course, and this is something, a lesson they have to. I think this interview which we are doing, you know, tonight. I'm saying tonight because it is night at my part of the world. It is going to influence lots of OTs, lots of younger OTs who can be in self-doubt. They have, like whether they're doing the right thing or not, or if they're not attending the conference full time. Is that a crime or not? So here you are, the secretary of All India OT Association, um, and who is kind of confessing publicly that it was not his first full-time conference when he attended for the first time. So, and that is the honesty and integrity you bring on table, Dr. Joseph. And I guess as I'm knowing you more, and I have now I see why I was drawn to interview you. I have not done this to many people. I think you are the second person. I had interviewed once someone who is a close friend of mine, but you are the second person whom I'm interviewing. And it's a delight to hear your story. It's also interesting to note that you went back to Kerala, and of course you got married, and we'll get into that as well, your personal side of yours. And then when you went back, you the political genes you had that were still there. As you said, your father was in politics, and how to lobby with the ministers, and it's just fascinating, the story you have shared so far. I'll stop there, and I'll let you speak more. And so, I mean, of course, we'll go further ahead on, what happened after the conference, how you became the secretary. But before that, I would like to know how you are as a person. Like, are you are you like an extrovert who would go out and talk to people, or you're an introvert, or tell me more about yourself as a person.
I'm not an introvert actually. I mean, my biggest strength is I've got a lot of friends. Whoever I meet, I'll try to communicate with them. Helping them, and any kind of way. Like somebody is asking for a help, I will try to do my maximum, and I'll be with them. For for example, not only OT field. Suppose when you travel, when you visit different part of the place, I used to get a lot of. I interact with a lot of people. So that is my biggest asset actually, and my biggest asset is like a lot of my friends. They are there to support for any help. If I make a call, I know that will be done. because I got friends from different places and different part of the world. So wherever I go, I got friends. So that is the biggest asset for me. I am not a, as I say, I'm not a, I can't say that I'm an extrovert. I talk to people, wherever I go, I talk about occupation therapy, the rehabilitation, disability. Main talk is going because people are not aware about occupation therapy. Definitely, the conversation will go in that way. So I get a lot of friends. That is my asset, Dr. Harsh.
Great. I mean, it's like so you're a good networker basically. You have
Yes.
got network of people, and you as you say, you're not a like an extrovert, but at the same time not introvert. You kind of you hang around between in the spectrum.
Yes.
When needed, you can step up and talk to people, but then you are also you can be quiet in your own world. Does it make like
Yes, yes.
this?
So, dealing with different people, I think my strength is like people management.
Very good.
I'm a people man, and I'm a kinesthetic person. I don't like to sit and work. When I was, I have still have problem in reading and writing. I think I was supposed to be diagnosed as a learning disabled person also. Maybe when I was a because that time there was no assessment. Jayashree, maybe she'll be knowing my hand. Nobody can understand my handwriting, and when I used to write my exams in especially in OT, we are supposed to be there for 3 hours. I finished my exam by 1.5 hours, and I come out. And my father's one dream was like either I should go to US or I should become a government employee. I should get a government job in Kerala. You don't believe? I wrote a government public service commission exam in Kerala in 2015.
Hmm.
I got first rank in occupational therapy. Okay,
Very
why I
good.
got first rank is it was all multiple choice questions. Otherwise, I will not get because I can't write for. Sometimes people I used to look at people they're collecting the papers. They're getting more papers to write for exams. I can't do that. Hardly I get some 3 or 4 papers, but there will be some content. But I'm not. As I said, no, I was not a studious person. I was a backbencher in college. But after doing my bachelor degree only, I learned more about occupation therapy. Then I did my masters. Now I'm doing my PhD. So then after doing my bachelor degree and master degree, I attended a lot of workshops, a lot of certification courses. I have a lot of mentors in occupation therapy. You must be knowing Dr. Sanjeev Padangati
Yeah,
from CVLO.
yeah,
He's one of
I
my
know him.
mentors from occupation therapy field. So I get a lot of advice from him. So he actually, coming back to the association, I'll remind you, I'll explain you about how I actually joined the
Yeah,
association. Once I was become the organizing secretary for the uh, Uticon 2012, actually 2013, I was supposed to report to the IOTA EC for the conference update. So I went and attended the IOTA EC meeting in Mumbai. That was the first EC meeting I attended in KM Medical College in Mumbai. So I was a special invitee. So I was presenting about the conference preparation. So that time, Dr. Anil Srivastava, president of IOTA, he has actually co-opted me as an executive committee member
mm,
because um, they told me that in after 3 4 meetings after I attended 3 4 meetings they realized that and they also knew about my activities in Chennai. So in 2013 election they co-opted me as an executive committee member in IOTA. So I was there in IOTA executive committee member I was a co-opted EC member for 4 years. Then after 4 years, then I contested again as an executive committee member. Then I got elected again as an executive committee member. After 8 years, then again I was those who are actually contesting for secretary, treasurer, and vice president supposed to be there for 2 term. They are supposed to serve 2 term as an EC member. So I was eligible. then I contested as secretary of IOTA. I think I was unopposed. There was no one contesting. I mean, I was the only person. So that was the journey to, I mean, IOTA. That was the beginning of IOTA. I mean, that was the beginning in IOTA as an executive committee member.
Yeah, to be honest, Dr. Sunny, I had my draft script ready to ask questions to you, but the stories you are telling is they're so compelling, they're so fascinating, so authentic that I've run out of words. That what should I ask you? Because it's so much. I mean, it's I know when the viewers are going to see this interview, they would definitely they will get a lot out of it. Your journey is an exemplar. It's kind of a it's it's like something which every young OT should I think they should be watching this interview. And uh, and and even simple things like how you present yourself in a very understated way, like you were not a you were a backbencher. Well, I was a backbencher as well, to for your information. And how you say, you it was only multiple choice question, that's why you cracked it. I can relate to it. I did for Delhi Subordinate Service Selection Board, and I guess if it was not multiple choice, I could have never cracked it. um, and it's great to know that you have come this long way, and now you're secretary of the association. It's not an I know many young OTs, or many senior OTs, they would be dreaming to get in a position where you are. And but I think your journey and how you present it makes it so easy that it's like a walk of a cake, anyone can do it. But I know a lot of effort and a lot of which of course you would not admit, your humility and all. You're not um, I gather you're not a person who would come and talk about how great you are. But I think it is something in you which has brought you this far. And so it's just wanted to acknowledge that. uh, Now, before we go ahead, going back to your role as secretary, uh, Dr. Sunny, is so what you I always get fascinated because you are representing an association which represents occupational therapists, but it is from a country with 1.5 you know billion population. It's a huge. In New Zealand we have got only 5 million people, 50 lakhs. And if you and when I was in the association here, and we had an executive director, and they always complained about that one full-time equivalent job was not sufficient to do the job they needed to do. But you do it voluntarily. You do not, like you do it in addition to what you already do as a part of your day job. So I would like to know how your typical day looks like. But before I go there, I see Dr. Jayashree has got her hand raised. And is there something you wanted to ask Dr. Jayashree before you go ahead?
No, may I? Because he was telling about the Kerala conference and how it was happening that time I was in Qatar. So I heard some people, quietly muttering about it's not going to happen. He has kept too much on his head, and there is not even a Kerala association in place. Let me put that way. So Jojo has kept too much on his plate. It's not going to happen. So this all I'm hearing when I'm in Qatar. So that I was like, oh my god, this guy made it happen finally. And then it was like another thing I should appreciate was, with due respect to all the senior office bearers, I think when Jojo started coming in, sorry, I'm addressing Dr. Joseph Sunny as Jojo because that's how I was used to from 1998.
That's a
So
cool name.
yeah, when Jojo started, uh, you know, when Jojo started doing this office bearer's job as a secretary, I saw such a transition because, let me remind everyone about what he has got to the board is like everything was online transaction, like you could renew it through things would happen in a jiffy, where before I had to do my educational verification, my certificate of good standing, and all those things from Qatar. It was like you have to take a DD, send it there, and then you have to follow up with people. And it was not easy because I was here in 2007. I got married, and then remind you on a personal note, my husband and Jojo was roommates in SRM College of Occupational Therapy. So there was a bit more personal connection. So that's why when I said you're interviewing Joe, I would like to be there. So it was happening so fast, and we have to give credit to this man who is here with us today. It was like you request for anything, and then renewing, and then all this membership logins and updating the password would happen in a jiffy, because we saw that transition, like new brains and more young people coming into the board. They know what technology is. It's just not occupational therapy at one point. You have to get amalgamated to the growing pace, or like what the technological advancements are happening around you. So I would just like myself to remind, maybe he didn't tell that or he won't. So I thought I'm obligated to tell that, because everything happened in a jiffy. Whenever I want to renew my membership, like my life membership got over after 15 years, and everything was like will happen. So thanks to that accountability, and I would say it's not easy to keep up with the demand of that growing profession in occupational therapy in India. So that's one thing I would like to give the credit to Dr. Joseph Sunny, that things were happening in a fast trend, and getting the online links for each conferences. And I think at least it's the trend started from Kerala conference in Trivandrum. So it was like there used to be a browser, but then the link won't work many times. You click, and it would go nowhere. So I think because maybe he had friends in different aspects of life, so he brought the technological advancement into IOTA. So we were keeping in pace with such trend. And this is all I wanted to add. Just I knew he won't say that by himself. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
That's that's very kind of you, Jayashree, and it's I'm glad you brought that up, because I know he will not talk about himself. How he has been talking about he was backbencher, he was blah, and he was blah. But I think it's I'm glad that you mentioned that. Um, it's and I've seen that difference as well in past. Well, by now we are dinosaurs of the profession. Um, but it's I've seen how things have changed, how the website has changed, and how the service has changed. It's yeah. So thank you very much. I see Ganga has been writing messages for you, Dr. Joseph. Hope you're reading it, and I know that many people will go inspired, and of course all of us and panelists, and I'll go inspired as well listening to you tonight. So coming back to the question I had in my mind is, how does your typical day look like in yeah.
Yeah, see, see, I told you, like, after 2015, when I wrote this public service commission exam, uh, there is a lot of job opportunities in Kerala. Government started actually calling people, but the salary is actually, no, you can't expect the salary how much you get in other country, right? So many of them are not interested to join. So slowly, I was supporting many people to get job. Then I started my private practice in Cochin as well, after Chennai. So while doing my private practice only, I returned my exam. Then there was a job of part time. There was a consultant job opportunity came in Trivandrum Medical College, which is around 5 hours from Cochin. So they said like 2 days a week I'm supposed to go there. And then I went and attended the interview. There were only two OTs. They selected me. You know why I went and attended the interview is because there are a lot of non-OTs that actually started attending the OT. I mean, other professions. I don't want to name it. Some of them are not qualified. So I go attend all the interviews because I just want to make sure that OTs are attending the interview. So there are only two, myself and other OT. She is from Trivandrum, and so it was a 2 days a week. I know that it is very difficult for me to travel from here to Trivandrum, 5 hours journey in train. That but the doctor, that senior person, Dr. Babu, he told me that you have a lot of experience. You got masters. You are there in the association. If you could come and develop this program in Trivandrum Medical College, supposed to be the biggest medical college in Kerala, it will be really helpful. And the payment which they were giving us 750 rupees per day. Okay, so it was a 2 year contract, 2 days a week. I can do. I mean, I was allowed to do private practice because it was a contract job. Thursday and Friday, I am supposed to be there in Trivandrum. Early morning at 4 o'clock, I go by train to Trivandrum. I see around 25 to 30 patients. Hardly I can see only 10 to 15 minutes. I can see a child. There is no equipments. There is no therapy ball or anything. Only I have a table and chair. I give them the home program. They can meet me only after 3 months because that much of patient load is there. Then slowly I put the proposal there. They have sanctioned some fund around 10 lakhs rupees. They developed the department. Now they have appointed a full-time occupational therapist there. But I went there for 2 years just for 750 rupees. I was actually traveling in a AC chair car, which was around 300 to 400 rupees per day. So why I opted the job is because which is that is a Trivandrum Medical College. People supposed to be the renowned medical college. I just wanted to create an awareness there. In fact, actually, MBBS students, PG students, they used to come for the observation. So they were actually asking me to take classes for about occupation therapy. So there are a lot of awareness. So after 2 years, I got this full-time government job. That full-time government job, which was supposed to be it is actually during our third year when I was doing my bachelor of occupation therapy, Jesse knows a place called it is called IMH, Institute of Mental Health, which we are supposed to go for a psychiatry posting. To be very honest, I didn't like the psychiatric setting. I didn't like the smell. I didn't want to go to the psychiatric setup. I didn't like the I was I'm a very I expect a cleanliness in everywhere. So when I was going for this posting, that time I decided I will never get into a adult mental health, uh, especially in the mental health. I never go for a psychiatric setup. After this, since I got the first rank, there was only one job opening. We have three government mental hospital in Kerala. One is in Trivandrum, one is in Calicut, one is in Thrissur. I don't know. You may not be knowing. Out of this, one place which is actually around 2 hours from my place, from Cochin, there is 2 hours journey by car. It is an adult mental hospital. Okay, I was really shocked. I didn't know what to do. Since my father is, he wants either I am supposed to go to US or a government job. Okay, I thought I'll satisfy my father and join for the job. I went there. It was like, initially for 3 months, I was wearing mask before the COVID, because it was like horrible. It is a big hospital, a lot of patients, around 300 inpatients. They have forensic psychiatry, they have clinical psychology, social workers, around 12 to 15 psychiatrists. It is a big setup. There, after 6 months, I started enjoying my job. Okay. See, when I'm doing my full-time government job, um, I'm not supposed to do private practice. So my wife is like, because I have already set up a big practice in Cochin, which I cannot close because my main bread was from the private practice. So my wife is actually taking care of the private practice. My wife is taking care of the center now. So past 5 years, from 2018, April 25th onwards, I was working in that mental hospital. After 6 months, I started enjoying my work. I get a lot of job satisfaction there. I started different units there. We have made jute bag making. paper bag making units, soap making units, around 20 units. They didn't know what is occupational therapy. So I made a society over there. I made a society for occupational therapy and rehabilitation. Collector is the chairman. I am the secretary of the society. We have actually started a shop. Like the shop is supposed to be the products, whatever the patients making, they will sell it in the shop. So people are really happy about occupational therapy service. Maybe after some time, I wanted to take a break from, because past 5 years I'm traveling. I'm supposed to travel from here from 7:30 in the morning. I reach around 8:30 to 9 o'clock, and I'm supposed to be there till afternoon 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I reach back around 4 o'clock to my place. Then I am into different another associations. I have a lot of some trusts. There are multiple trusts. I am there in the some of the trusts. I'm there as secretary, president, treasurer. So there are different social activities. So days like from morning 7:30. I mean morning I go to gym. I purchase my vegetables and all the non-veg. I purchase myself. I go to the market. I go for walking and gym. Then I go for a job. Then I come back in the evening. Then again some social activities. Then again association. I'm like IOTAs. I need to dedicate a lot of time for IOTA because we get continuous calls from the OTs for good standing certificate, license verification. And I just wanted to add something what Jesse was telling about the online thing. Actually, without my EC member support, without the president, treasurer, and the other EC member support, I could not have made this platform online. Of course, there are a lot of, initially they were not aware about all these things. I made them aware. I made them understand the importance of online transactions, online license verification. Then I revamped the website with all support of my EC members only. It's not only my, of course, definitely I've done a lot of things, but with the support of EC members, especially the president and the treasurer. And now the thing is like earlier people they know that when they apply for a membership or a license verification, there is a time period of 3 months because we approve the membership only during the executive committee meeting. Now they know that if they apply next day they will get it. So that is actually my work has increased. Because I made the thing online, so I am supposed to take care of that. So I am taking that responsibility. And when the people make the payment, once the payment is getting credited in the account, immediately we give the membership. And now everything is online, even the certificate and the ID card and the license verification, everything is through online. So
Yeah.
that is actually I get back to back calls. Nowadays, the young OTs, as soon as they apply, they want to get everything immediately. So they are expecting me to give the reply through WhatsApp. So I'll try to give maximum. And we
Yeah.
give there are a lot of information given on the website, FAQs, everything is given, but still they wanted to talk. So full day, most of the time, I get a lot of calls from the association, and we get calls from the people. I mean, parents, those who wanted to send their children for occupation therapy course. I get a lot of calls from the parents also. So they asked me which college is the best college. I said, being an association, I can't say that you go refer the website and do that. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think, look, Dr. Sunny, it's you. I think you have. I have seen. Look, I have right from my first year. In those days we had to go to cyber cafes to access internet, and I always visited IOTA website. And to tell you frankly, it was a bit disappointing to visit the website because whenever you visit there, things were outdated. And when I came to New Zealand, I had to go through that letter of good standing and all that. I remember my wife had to. She's an OT as well. She had to go through it, and it was hell lot of a difficult job to get that certificate. And you had to call and lot. I mean, it was quite challenging. With due respect to the people who were managing it back then, but now when I go to it, it's a totally different world. You get it online, And even if you look at the website and all, and the branding you have done and the logo and everything, I see I'm a person who notices minute differences. I could see that you cannot change the logo, which was perhaps made in 1950s or something, but you have somehow modified it to make it more modern. So these small things are, and so I mean, I'm glad you are in that role and taking that, making that extra effort, uh, what you do for the association and profession. Um, Coming back to your thoughts on the future of occupational therapy in India, Dr. Joseph. What do you think is the future, and what kind of leadership do you think we need to take the profession to the next level in the country? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yes, Dr. Ashwathan. Actually, right now we have around 50 occupation therapy courses accredited by AIOTA.
Yeah,
And now, lot of people are joining for occupation therapy course, especially in South, especially in Tamil Nadu. We can see around 19 to 20 colleges. We can't imagine even. I think around 10 to 12 new colleges open, and most of the colleges the seats are nearly 100 seats. Some of the colleges still waiting list. So the awareness about occupation therapy is, now I think the layman, people are aware about occupation therapy. Now I think the parents or a patient, whoever goes to the doctor, they themselves say, I want to get referred to occupation therapy. So I think the awareness has increased like anything for past 10 years. So Allied Health Council bill has passed by the central government in 2021. Many states are supposed to implement. There, it's in pipeline. In Kerala also, it is in the pipeline. I think very soon they will constitute the council. But still, there is a lot of hiccups. Like some places lack of OTs instead of OTs, different professions. I mean, there in the council. People and some of the people they think that once the council comes, everything is over. The role of our association is over. We don't have to depend on association. We don't need to take membership. We don't have to depend on the good standing, license certification, things like that. It is not like that because the speech and language pathology course and the special education clinical psychology, they are still under Rehabilitation Council of India. There again, to apply a good standing certificate for a speech language pathologist, it is very difficult to get from RCI. The response, they don't attend the call, they don't reply, or they're not prompt at all. But our association is very prompt. And as you said, like earlier, once the council comes, only IOTA, the association has to work more because
absolutely.
we can't work like before. So we want young people to come into the association. See, IOTA bylaw, uh, we have framed the bylaw in such a way that there is a, there should be a time period. People should learn and come to the association. So we have given some timeline for becoming a office bearer.
Yeah,
So 2 term of an EC because when I was out of IOTA, when I was not an IOTA EC member, I was thinking like we can do many things as soon as we enter into the association. It is not like that. We have to really work hard. So people, when they look from outside the association, it is very easy to blame people. It is very easy to talk. But when you come to the board, when you come to the association, things are not like that. So we need to work hard. So to become an EC member, they have to be a member first of all. Then to become a office bearer like secretary or treasurer or vice president, they have to serve for 2 terms as an executive committee member. We can't compromise on that. We can't dilute it because then only they can learn many things from the association.
yeah,
Most definitely, to become a president, you have to have an office bearer. Then only you are eligible to become a president candidate. So my humble request to the members is our association need to work hard We need support from all part of the country, especially even outside country also. We have to really do a lot of lobbying to the government and policy decision makers. Once the council comes, again we need to advocate for our association. As you said earlier, the council is basically they will ensure that the practice is happening, the service delivery. They will
Yeah.
look at the public. They may not take care of the members well. So association has to voice out. We have to go represent each and every time. Otherwise, we are going to have a tough time. So I know that many young people, some of them are really frustrated. Some of them are frustrated. Why association like this? Why people are when there is an unethical practices happening? I can even openly tell about one person called Sai Karthikeyan. We have put on the Facebook.
Yeah.
He is a
Yeah.
member of our association, but he is doing a lot of malpractice. But we are not able to. Association can't take an action against him because he's not a member of our association. So whenever there is a malpractice going on, IOTA is not a statutory body. So IOTA has got a lot of limitation. Now again, the standard of education, like academic council is trying to do the maximum. But some colleges, very really sorry to say that some colleges, new colleges, they don't have enough faculties. So why there is no faculty? Because there are no people to join. Because the salary which they are offering is
Mm.
not very high. So when they're offering a particular amount to the head of the department, then vice principal, assistant professors, they are supposed to get some amount, right? But since they are not getting that support system, they are not able. People are not joining it. Recently, some of the senior OTs from abroad, especially from I think Kuwait, 2 3 people they have come down to India. They joined in colleges. I really appreciate it because they were getting a huge difference. They were getting a lot of perks and a lot of you know the difference from Indian salary and the abroad salary. But still they sacrificed and they came down to Kerala, India. Some of them they work in Kerala. So likewise, people should be really, people who are there in the teaching, there in the teaching practice, teaching area, they should be committed. They should not be a money-minded person. They should have some service-oriented
Yeah.
service mind. Then only they can do the justice to the people. So again, that is what I wanted to say to the members is like youngsters be little patient and once the council come we get a lot of job opportunities, a lot of regulation of practice, but still association need support from the members. Without association we can't move, we can't go beyond this. So that is
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, and absolutely, I agree with that. And I have been in, in New Zealand in the association. There was a time when I was president, and on the other hand, who was the chair of the regulatory body, and we both are still very good friends, and we used to often have this discussion. And he was always, his name is Rob Molyneux, and he was always open about what are the limitations of a regulatory body and what association does. And I think if in India, if people need to be, OTs need to be aware of that. Even if you have council, the council is there to protect the public. Council is not there to advocate for the profession. You will always, in fact, you will need your association more when you have got council there. And I'm glad leaders like you are there, Dr. Joseph. And I think when you talk about the future of the profession in India, as you said, we need more young and dynamic leader. We need courageous leader who can take a stand. And I'm glad you talk you took name of Sai Karthikeyan. Not many leaders will do that. You need a courage to stand up and take the name. And this is going to be a public kind of, it will go out in public. And I know leaders who would just put things under the carpet. So I'm feeling proud to have this conversation with you, Dr. Joseph, because this is something what we need in the profession in India. And I hope whenever there's an opportunity in future, I mean, you're already secretary, but I would really encourage you to even go for even, right at the top as president, or it's something for you to decide and what you want to do in your life. But I would really encourage you, and this is a message from me to all the Indian OTs, that look at this. This is the kind of leader you need for the profession in India. And yeah, it's some if you want to make a difference, you have to have that mentality to serve the people. And look at you, you left Kerala, you went to Chennai, you came back to Kerala. You could have easily been in Cochin, but you went to Trivandrum and you served there because you wanted to create awareness there. You went to the association. So authenticity and commitment and integrity which you bring is something which I think we should all be proud about. And I think when this interview goes out, people will see you something more than just a person sitting there issuing good standing certificates.
No, I think no. I mean, in future, suppose if I'm there in the association, I'm planning to have a mobile app instead of the website. No, we can have a mobile app for association, because now everything is happening to mobile. No, I don't think
Yeah.
people are going to the laptop or desktop to do anything in the computer. So we need to have a mobile app, and also the network. We have AIOTA has got a lot of social media participation, but still, if we have a mobile app, we can do many things. Like we can have different part of the we have OTs from different part of the country. So once we have this mobile app, we can actually give service delivery to the patients. We can give support system to the other NGOs, those who are willing to donate their time and their other their professional expert. So we can do many things through mobile app, and so that we can develop a community separately. So that is one of the thing which is there in my mind. And social media, definitely we need to have to we have to be more active in social media. And people visit the website whenever they require a license verification or a good standing or a membership renewal. Only they visit the website. But we want to make that website more interactive, and we need to have more. We have done a webinar last week, right? So similarly, we should connect a lot of activities to connect people. And we can do a lot of when I visited the Australian OT Association, their system is entirely different. They have around 20 occupational therapists full time working in their office, and it is a paid job. We are all doing honorary, but I was wondering how they are managing the system. And there, every year they're supposed to renew the membership, and I think it's around $450.
Yeah.
And they have around 10,000 members, and they have a lot of courses. They're conducting a lot of activities. So, and maybe we can also do many things like that. And let's see.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And also to the viewers, I would like to mention that Dr. Sunny Joseph is also organizing Kerala conference this year in January. So please come and support that. And that is something which it will be great to have support of everyone. And let's make it a big success. Now, my concluding question for you, Dr. Joseph, would be like, you're always, you're out there, you're doing work. How do you switch off? What is your hobby? What do you do in your free time when you feel like, when there's just you as a person, you want to cool down, to have a time for yourself? What do you do?
I go out with my family and friends. I travel a lot. So traveling is, I get a lot of relief. And then I go for watching movie. Then I read 3 to 4 newspaper per day. Daily I read a lot of newspapers. Around 4 newspaper I read. That is the only reason I got first rank in again the Public Service Commission, because I think 40% of the questions from general knowledge. Okay. So, so I read newspaper and I travel, conducting various activities in my hometown. A lot of charity activities we do with the, we have a family trust. So we do a lot of mainly meeting people is actually it is actually leisure for me. I talk to people, I travel with them, talk to them. That is my actually I get happiness out of it.
Very good. So you're a people person.
Yeah.
Such a delight to have this conversation with you, Dr. Joseph. And I see all the claps going on from Dr. Nidhi and Dr.
Thank you.
Jayashree and all. I think, I can, as I said, I can listen to you all night, but I think there will be occasions where we'll have more conversations. And I would like to basically conclude the interview and this conversation. And I look forward to having more opportunities to interact with you and see you at the Kerala conference as well.
Thank you. So once again, I invite you for the OTCon 2024 because it's going to be a big event. After 10 years, we are organizing in Kerala. Of course, there are a lot of, again, Jashi was talking about 2013 conference. Similarly, we are facing a lot of issues, but we are trying to figure out because there is no OT college in Cochin. So association is managing everything. So we are getting support from many people. Dr. Harshvardhan is also supporting from there. And there is something called Best Delegate and Student Delegate Award. I introduced this award because when I was a student, I told you I was not attending, I was not sitting full time for the conference. So to motivate the students and delegate, I opened Kerala branch actually giving the best student delegate and Karnataka branch is giving best student delegate award and Kerala branch is giving best delegate award. How they're giving his award is like based on the 3 days program, we set the questions and we give a multiple choice and there will be an exam. Whoever is actually participating the 3 days of program.
Well, I was getting nervous thinking you'll have some scanner there, scanning camera, which will look at people who are coming in and going out.
No, no. No, no, okay. Okay, thank you, Harshvardhan, giving me this opportunity to interact
You're
with you
welcome.
all. Thank you, Dr. Jayashree and Dr. Nidhi and Dr. Ganga. I think she is not there in the line. I'm really happy. I was really happy interacting. I never opened. This is the first time I've opened this to people. Okay, maybe the first interview. I've never
I
opened
think
this to anyone.
we needed you to open, Dr. Sunny, because I think people in India, they need to know you more, and I think this interview would help in that. And I'll see you in Kerala conference, and I'm glad you don't have scanners there, because if I bunk the if I don't attend full time, you won't be able to know. I was just joking. All right. Okay. Goodbye, and see you all. Thank you very much.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.